Hello, this is day 12, I think, 12, 13, something like that. Today I'm going to talk about identity. I was reading today, actually, in the Bible, the story of Jacob and his brother. The point is, Jacob and his brother are twins. They were born twins. But the point is, his brother, older brother, he got out of the womb, but Jacob was holding his feet when he got out of the womb. And his name basically meant something along the lines of the one who takes advantages. Anyways, through that they grew up, and Jacob bought the blessings of the first child from his older brother. He had like a plate of some whatever grains of food, and he gave it to his brother while his brother was starving, like about to die, starvation. Hey, I can give you this food if you give me your privileges of the older brother. And so he did, and for a plate of food he did that. And then when their father was older, he wanted to give the blessing to their children. And well, the older brother receives the blessing. That's just how it works. But Jacob and his mom was pretty silly. They found a way to trick Isaac, which was their father, because Isaac was basically blind. So they swapped clothes and blah 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 blah. And anyways, Jacob got the blessings from his father instead of his older brother, who was the one who was supposed to get the damn blessings. The point is, 2 times Jacob took advantage of his brother, and well, he lived through that. And after receiving the blessing, his older brother wanted to kill him. Yeah, because apparently blessing was an extremely important thing back then. And Isaac was pretty sad to know what happened, but Jacob lived that way. Jacob, he ran away because his brother wanted to kill him, and went to a place to find a wife. And in there he found his wife, and he was taken advantage of. And that's a pretty cool thing, that if we do bad things, of course it's not a rule, there are a ton of terrible people who get great things in our eyes, but life is kind of random in a certain way. But what you plant a seed in the soil, you will receive. So if I plant a mango, I probably will not receive avocados, So yeah, he took advantage, and he was taken advantage of. And in that, he got older, and then he started taking advantage of more people, and he became pretty rich. But he was taken advantage of, and he had to work like 20 years to get his wife, which was the woman he was in love with. Again, these are very old times. Things were pretty different. Anyways, identity. The point is, Jacob got his identity when he was born, because he was named the one who takes advantages, and therefore he lived. One thing that we do and we live by is we take the identity that people give to us, or that we give to ourselves. And it's fun because we give identity to ourselves based on the bad things we do, and that gives us the fuel to do more bad things, because that's in my identity. I'm not worthy of anything, so I will not try to get better. The point is, Jacob wanted to go back to his mother land and meet his brother and his mom, but he was scared of what could happen. And while he was going back, he found an angel, apparently, and this angel showed up and told him a bunch of things. He said, hey, you need to take care of yourself. But Jacob said, who are you? Can you bless me? And the dude said, nah. And then Jacob wanted to be blessed by God himself through that angel. And Jacob fought the angel, and Jacob started fighting. He fought for it. He fought again and again and again, and he lost it a lot of times. But the angel said, hey, you really want that? So the angel gave him the blessing and changed his name from Jacob to Israel. And he said, your name shall now be Israel, because you found God and you won against him. You did not win, exactly. But the point is, he got a new identity through meeting God. And he lived his life through what people told him he was. But only God could give him his real identity. And therefore he was a blessing. If you read the book of Genesis, you'll find it out. It's a pretty cool book. But the point is, people give us identities. We give ourselves identities, but the only one who knows who we truly are is God. And He is the only one who can tell us who we are. And knowing who we are is extremely important. Because if I don't know myself, how will I be able to know you? If I don't know myself, how will I be able to know my capabilities? If I don't know myself, how will I know what I want? Or what is good for me or bad for me if I don't know myself? How can I love you if I even don't love myself? If I don't know myself, how can I know you? And that works in every single place. In a family, maybe your father and your mother didn't know themselves, and they treated you as a part of themselves, as they believe themselves, and they treated you pretty badly. And it doesn't need to be like that, you know. The point is, your identity is defined by God, not by you, and not by what people tell you you are. You can, of course, find out who you are, and that's great. But with God, He gives you this brand new identity, which is greater, which is better, and in which we can trust Him. That trust is your identity that He gave to you. You know, sometimes we try to be things we're not. It's like a rock trying to be a tree. It won't work. But why would a rock try to be a tree if God made the rock a rock and not a tree? There's nothing better than you can be than who God made you to be. I think that makes some sense. But anyways, this was today's video. I think this one was pretty rushed. Sorry for that one. I'm trying to write things down. Should be a little more elaborate. Next time, with a little bit more time, I'll think more about this. But right now I'm trying to get this habit going. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day. Please try to figure out who you are. If you don't believe in prayer, get yourself a notebook and write down what you're feeling. Be aware of yourself and try to know that guy, because you're gonna live with him or that girl. Anyway, God bless. Have a good night, good evening, good afternoon, or a good morning. Bye bye.